Hello, it's Helen at Viva. As you know, last week I was starting to talk to clients about their Pilates experience, and I thought it would be quite nice to get the male perspective on why men should do or would do Pilates. And so I've got Steve here, who's kindly volunteered to have a chat with me. And just the big question is, why did you start doing Pilates?
Well, obviously living with you, I was,
Steve's my husband. Okay.
I was, obviously listening to what you were doing and looking at things you were up to, and I had some sort of lower back, sort of stiffness in the lower back, and legs were tight all the time, and I wondered whether it helped me. So that was one of the reasons for really coming along, see whether it helped me in that way. But so obviously I enjoy going along now, and there's a lot more to it than I thought, really.
And I think that's often the way, is that people don't really understand what Pilates is about, so it's well worth sort of coming to try a lesson, sort of try before you buy kind of thing. So if you were saying sort of long term, you've been doing it a few years now, what do you feel the benefits have been so far?
I think it's helped with managing the sort of tightness in the lower back, because we do a bit of stretching there. There's helps with the breathing, the core, and obviously playing a lot of football, I had sort of muscles were tight, hamstrings, that sort of stuff, so it helps with the stretching we do in the lessons and things like that. So yeah, I think in general
it's kind of an all-rounder, isn't it?
Yeah.
So was it what you expected when you started out? What was your sort of Pilates viewpoint without doing it? What did you think it was all about?
I wasn't sure. I knew it probably helped because I could see there was a lot of stretching, and there's a lot more to it with balance and breathing and getting yourself in the right positions. And
did you think it would be easier than maybe it is?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And did you think it was something that just women should do?
No, not really. I think obviously there would be a lot more women than blokes doing it, but it's the same as when you was reading about the footballers doing yoga and Pilates and things like that. So I know there's a lot of those guys. It helped them, and I'm sure golfers and everything, it helps.
Yeah, so we've started to see that it's very useful to people who are playing sport, just to help them sort of get rid of that tension in the joints. So we've got quite a few men now, haven't we, in the Saturday morning class, so it's kind of grown. If you were going to sort of recommend or suggest to people to come, what would you sort of encourage them? Why should they come?
Well, I think they'd be surprised at what actually happens there. It's a little bit more difficult than you think, isn't it? You're not just standing around, even getting in positions and breathing during the moves, that sort of side of things. Teaches you a bit more discipline, balance.
And it's quite a fun environment on Saturday mornings, isn't it? So if you're in the Grays Essex area, you should come along and try. 9 o'clock Saturdays at Woodside School. But certainly I think men are starting to recognise now that the flexibility and mobility is such a huge element of your sort of balanced programme, that you need that aspect in what you're doing with your training, because you like having personal training, don't you? You like doing
that as well,
the HIIT and the more intense exercise, but you need balance. Especially as we're getting into 40s towards the 50s, there has to be balance in our programme, because if you're stressed out at work and then you're doing exercise that really stresses you as well, you need other forms of exercise that just bring those stress levels down, so your body loses the tension to move more freely, which is very much what Viva is all about. So thank you very much, Steve.
I was just going to say, the other thing about it is that you do lots of different things. It's not the same week in, week out. You might use the balls one week, the rings next week, the bands. So each time is a little bit of a challenge. So
yeah, the equipment is fantastic. So if you're used to doing Pilates just on the mat with no props, the props just add that element that might help you connect better to what's going on in your body. Might make it harder, might make it easier. It just adds that little bit of spice to the session. And obviously I teach on the Reformer as well. That's in Brentwood. Again, another way of improving your Pilates experience, just getting an insight into how your body functions that you just might not realise, because I think Pilates does, we're not always doing the bilateral, we're doing one side then the other, and sometimes you don't realise that your left arm isn't moving half as well as your right. So it just gives you more body awareness, that is a really important element of your fitness programme. So I'll say thanks again. I'll let you go back. He's going back to do his DIY now, so thank you for your time.
All right.
And I hope that's of sort of interest and benefit to you. If you've got partners or anyone who might be interested, sort of men, do get in touch. Don't be sort of afraid of coming to Pilates. It's a fun environment. Saturday mornings is the slightly harder session, so if you've got no injuries and no specific conditions going on, that's the session to come along to try out, 9 o'clock at Woodside.
And you don't have to be called Steve.
No, we did start having a lot of Steves at that class, so there's no need to be a Steve. So feel free to like and share, and I'll be in touch tomorrow, so have a great evening and see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.